Hey everybody, Mr. Smith here. The purpose of today's video is to show you how to set up a filing system that you can live with on your iPad that uses Google Drive. And then secondly, how to take and scan a paper document like you would do as you do classwork assignments or homework maybe, and be able to convert that to a PDF and then save that in Drive and then export that to Canvas. So first things first, what I want to do is show you just the apps that you're going to be using this year. You don't need absolutely all of these, but we're going to use several of these today. So the first one we're going to use is going to be the Drive app. So what we're going to do is if I get into my Drive folder, you can see I've got a whole bunch of different folders in there that I use. And what I'm going to do is set up one for this class. So I'm going to go and set up a folder. And why don't we just call it physics? That makes sense. So we'll do that. And then maybe if I'm feeling extra organized, what I'll do is I'll set up a little subfolder. The first topic for the year is us working through all the nuts and bolts types of stuff that we're going to do. So see if I can spell that correctly. And it looks like it did. So what I just made is a subfolder for our first module. So we have, maybe 10 different modules during the year. And if you want to create one for each module, it might help you stay more organized. But anyway, you can click around now and I can back out of this and hit the up arrow and back out to my main drive back in. Okay, so we got that set up. Next thing I'm going to do is you can either use Notes or Notability. Now, a lot of guys use Notability, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how it works. What we're going to do is scan a document. So we're going to call up a Notability, and I'm going to select the upper right-hand corner icon here, the one with the pencil and paper, to create a new Notability. And what I'm going to then do is hit the upper right-hand corner plus sign. So see it there? And we're going to go and hit Document Scan. So then I'm going to swing over here where I've got some documents. And what this guy's going to do is you're going to see a blue bar that's wigging out trying to catch out everything, and it's doing a pretty good job of trying to scan the edges of the paper. So what I've done is I've got a pretty well lit room, and if you do get a pretty well lit room and you have a background that's also not white, it'll do a pretty good job the first time. But one of the things I want to show you is that sometimes Notability will mess up, and if you haven't done this before, it might capture this much of your paper, or it might capture junk over here that you don't want. And what you can do is drag these little handles around so that what you submit to your teacher looks like a piece of paper. Okay, and that's going to really help with you getting full credit for your work. So what I've got now is a bunch of different pages, and I'm going to insert them as PDF. That part's important. So we're not going to put them as images, we're going to put them as PDFs. And now that I've got PDFs, I can zip down here and just take a second to verify, did I get 2 pages scanned that are legible? I didn't take 2 pictures of the same page, for example. This is not all blurry, it's not all blue. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so we're almost done. What I'm going to do then is export this, but before I do that, I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to give this guy a name. Oh, hey, modified date. No, thank you. I'm going to give it a name. So here's my name. And what I'm going to typically do is all of our assignments have a number. And this could be A something something. So, and maybe I'll give it a name too, besides that. Nuts and bolts number 1 or something. Nuts and boots? No, how about bolts? Number 1. And put your name on it, okay? Okay, got it? Good. All right, now, last thing, just export this guy. So let's go ahead and send it to Google Drive. Now, if you've done this before, you know all about it, but what we're going to do is use this top button right here that says Folder. And what we're going to do is find on Drive the folder that I just set up a second ago, and I'll finally export this guy, send it to Google Drive, and it'll be there, okay? And it's just working for a second, taking its time, and it might be a kind of a big document because sometimes scanned images are a little on the big side. Okay, so it seems like it went. So what we're going to do then is zip out of there and just check and see if I click into nuts and bolts, does it show up? And it does show up, okay? Now that it shows up, I think the fastest thing that I could do to submit this assignment will be to hit the ellipsis. That's that 3 dots going horizontally, and go open in, and it's going to try to spin its wheels again and get this ready to export. And then you're going to want to go over to Canvas. And so where's my Canvas? Did I just go past it? There it is. I go into my Canvas student. Okay, and we're going to look up the right course. Now I'm doing science department just because that's the one that's open to me right now. And I'll pick what assignment is available, and I'll hit submit, and I'm good to go. Okay, so as simple as that, 3 steps. Check them out. Go ahead. Good luck and take care. Bye-bye.